Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bane of War Variety channel. In today's video we're going to be showcasing a new addition to the Epsberg Minecraft world, which is going to be the Epsberg sewage disposal plant. So this is the next utility company in line with what I've been doing. So the last video we showcased all the lines that I put in underneath the ground. So if you're into that, if you haven't seen that yet, check that video out. There's been some major changes to the world over that time period. So last video we showed the Ernsee Reservoir in our water treatment plant. The water treatment plant has been partnered up to be the same company as the Epsberg Sewage Disposal or Sewage Authority. So this just becomes the Sewage and Water Authority. So this is our new plant that we've added in here. There's nothing here before. There used to be an old run-down house right over here. You can see a picture of it now. So that used to be over here, but next to here I tore that down to make room. Well, actually no, it used to be right here. I tore that down to run this road out to our treatment plant. So this is, we don't treat the sewage in this game like it's done in real life. The sewage is sent right into a vat of molten lava where it is burnt. As you can see, the sewage is functioning. It is coming out of the lines. So basically how this plant works, before we get into all the minute details, is I have two main sewer lines in this world. I have all the lines dug up so you can see where they're at, where I put them in, and I will be covering them up for the next video. But basically this is the first sewer line here. So I do electric, plumbing, HVAC, and building trades in Minecraft. I'm a pioneer at this stuff. Not too many people do it. Most of it doesn't function how it's supposed to, but it just looks cool. But basically this is the sewer line. And then I don't have the top cover on it yet, but this will be the top cover over it, and you can kind of see how it's a pipe. These sewers aren't supposed to be flat, so they don't work. They would just back up. They're supposed to have so many inches of fall, but you can't do that in this game. Everything's flat and blocky, so these rails rake the sewage along and bust it up and keep it moving so it doesn't back up. And they are all powered by these redstone blocks. Now this is a pump to pump the sewage up, because this is the main sewer that runs through the road. Now in real life, I should have ran it behind the houses. Instead I put it way deep down in the road. These are the storm drains I talked about in the last video, but basically this runs into this pump. The sewer pumps it up to this higher level, because sewage wouldn't just rise itself to a higher level. It would back up and push itself back into people's houses, which you don't want. So I did that, and this sewer runs all the way out here to a manhole, and it runs that way and that way. Now these rails rake this way, and these rails rake that way as well to keep the sewage moving the right direction. So yeah, the sewer probably wouldn't work, but it would. I like it the way it is. So these are the two main sewer lines, and this is where all the sewers get tapped in from the buildings that I've renovated so far. So this is what one of the taps looks like. This is for this apartment building. I'll show you right here. This is that, the tap. Now it's not completed yet because the top of the sewer isn't put on. But I have all of this road blocked off, so you can't get to that, have an accident. So we have that, and this runs down there. I also took the curbs off these roads and made them wider than they were, and I put these new types of street lights in. So I'm showing you a picture now of the old type of street lights, and this is the new type. These only come on at night when they're supposed to. The other ones use sea lanterns, and they are always on all the time. So these ones only come on at night, and they are oscillated. I don't have them directly across from each other and too frequently like I used to. So we have that. So the sewer for the main road runs in through here, and then the sewer for that housing plan runs in through here. It goes into a manhole. So my manholes here changes direction. So the first thing that they go into is this valve house, I call it. This is where flow is monitored. So in here, you're not going to have a whole lot of guys in here. That's why it's not really insulated or anything. We have a wood stove for colder temperatures. Probably wouldn't be the best thing, but I didn't feel like running any lines out to this. So I don't have any of the caps on the lines. It isn't going to look like this. This place is not going to look like this when it's done. All these lines are filled up. All these trenches are all pipe for water, gas, electric, etc. And that's every pipe that runs to the buildings. As you can see, I got a lot going on. And you may be asking, what's the purpose of doing this? Minecraft is not really a game for this. Well, I just really enjoy it, and I enjoy using my imagination to make this stuff. So it comes in, this valve shuts it off, going into the monitoring treatment plant area. This is a bypass line, so if this line would back up, like over there or something, you can switch this valve, and these are just pistons. So as you can see, that opens that up. That will allow sewage to flow into this line, which is coming from the housing plan. And then this line is out to the sewage storage tank. So let's say you have a backup in the facility or backup somewhere where sewage can't get to where it's supposed to go. You need to store it in a large tank, and we'll go out to that pretty directly here. So this is just monitored, this valve house, if you need to come in here and shut a valve off. You're not going to have them sit out in the open. So we have that. And these are the sewers where they go into the main treatment building. We have a lot to discuss here. So this is the main treatment building. This is a rooftop unit with a condenser and a furnace built in for heat and air. This is the gas line for that. That's the gas line for the hot water heater inside, and that gas line goes out to the generator. There's a lot of gas used at this building, so I put in a large gas meter. Now the original gas meter looked like this. You'll see the photo. It used to be right here. I took it out because I was thinking that if it was in real life, it probably wouldn't be a large enough gas load, because I do have 2 boilers in the garage over there, this unit and 2 generators, and so that would be a lot of gas. So I did put a large meter in right there. So the gas comes in to the meter and goes out, and a large line travels over to here, feeds all this stuff, goes down to the generator and back into the ground out to the garage. Now if you're watching this video, you probably don't understand anything about this stuff. I do this stuff in real life, so that's why I'm making it. But basically this is a sewage building. This is all my duct lines. So let's go into it. So this is where the flow is monitored. So as you can see, we got a lot of different sewage in there. These are lines that come in here to test the different types of things in the sewage. So that's done in these machines. These are all electric. So this is our hot water tank. Heats the water for the building. Gas line coming in. That's our power vented flue. Good ground faulted plug. This is our water meter. So this is the water pressure coming into the building, and that's the water going out to the garage. This is our electrical panel, and this is carrying redstone. The electricity in this game is redstone. It's actually a mangrove fence, but it looks like what I wanted to do. So we have this machine here. We got 2 of these machines, 1 for each line. Got some storage stuff over here, some suits if you need a hazmat, toxic materials, fire alarm, thermostat, a couple 20 amp plug, ground faulted plug, 20 amp plug, vent, that's our supply air vent. Okay, so these are all floor drains, and these are all tied together. I have run fences under the ground that look like drain pipe, and they go in. They're all tapped into this main sewer because the sewer's running through the building. This is a clean out for each of the sewers in the bathroom. So we got a drain there. This is our men's bathroom here for, employees. So obviously they need to use the restroom. Or that's the women's. This is the men. So we have that. These are the little registers for the rooftop unit. The reason they're up so high is so the hot air goes up there, catches the hot air. These are the valves to shut sewage off to the burn pit where it all goes. So if you would have to do that for some reason, you can shut it off. That right there is the top of the pump that pumps it up to the higher level. Like I said, sewage cannot flow uphill with pressure. If anytime you have to change elevation, if I have to go from here up to like there, you have to pump the sewage. Obviously that doesn't work, but that's just how I've designed it. We have our little break room in here for our employees, a little kitchenette here. Nothing too fancy. We got our coffee maker, sink, dishwasher, microwave, little fridge, and a nice pot machine design here. Little table you got, like one of those water dispensers. These are cameras I have all through the building. This is the office where like you have your manager. There's also representatives of the Sewage Authority in the municipal building, which is the tall red brick building that I have that needs to be renovated yet. Copier machine, printer, computers, stuff you can do in here. Got our vent or our supply duct, carbon monoxide detector, switch for the lights, things like that. So we have that, and that's pretty much this building. So yeah, that's what we have for this. And we have another exit door out here. This is your time machine where you punch in and punch out. So we have, those are the sewers going out to the plant. This is the line energizing the pumps. That's for the electric. These are our stack vents for the bathroom to help the sewage drain. And these are our bathroom fan vents, and that's the supply vent for the bathroom. A couple of dumpsters here. These lights come on at night so you can illuminate the building. This is our storage tank that I was talking about. So if you have to store a tank in here, or have to store sewage in here, there's a valve house here to shut sewage off or turn it on to this valve. This is the front back. This is the right side of the sewage tank compartments, and this is the left. I'll show you my genius engineering behind the sewage tank. I don't know how they work in real life, but I think this is what I came up for this game. So it comes into here from over there if you control it at that valve house, and then it gets pumped up into these lines. So these are all areas, all this. Now really you just have one thing for your sewage truck to come over and hook your hoses up and vac the sewage out, but I have like 20 because each has its own compartment. So if we go up into the sewage tank, we'll see how it works here. So those are the lines that come in here. I'm gonna get some light in here. This is the left side, so that one line controls this. So basically, sewage starts flowing into one line, and it all falls down into those compartments. Then this electric solenoid closes when this gets full, and it moves on to the next one, and the next one. This senses when this is full of sewage. This compartment it can't hold anymore, so it stops the flow and sends it to the next one. And then if you turn sewage onto the right compartments, which is the other line, same thing happens. So you can store a lot of sewage in here. And each of these compartments goes down to here. And this is a little sight glass so you can see what you have in there and how good you're sucking it out. So that's where you take your sewage vac truck and haul it out if you have to. And then you'd hook your hose onto one of these things. And they're all numbered. Okay? So that's a sewage tank. Storage tank, sewage storage tank. We got a parking lot here. These are our fuel tanks. So we have on and off-road diesel. So that's that. These are the electric lines that power the pump that you can turn on inside the garage. Like I said, all this stuff will be covered up. You're not going to see all these trenches. I just want to show you where all the pipes run to. So this is our burn plant, like I showed, burn pot. So we do have some sewage coming out there. And basically how I do that is I just put a dispenser in here and fill it up with sewage to make it look like sewage is coming out. It only lasts so long. But these are our stacks to let the heat out of there. But as you can see, we got a lot of burning going on. So the sewage just goes right into the molten lava and fire and does that. Now you may be wondering, well, how, since this is a flat world, how do you build stuff that goes deeper than 4 blocks? Well, I build under the world, since they allow you to do that. Now, you can place blocks under the world, see? So that's how I do those things. So that's how I make that happen. So we have this all fenced in, because this is obviously very hot, this thing. And then you have some staircases you can go up to get up here and see how the system's working. So I have various equipment that a real sewage company would have. So this is my equipment garage in here, a little shed. We have a wheel loader here, so if you need to plow the road or something in the winter, or salt. Forklift for pipe hauling. Got a little skid loader here. And then we got a backhoe here, and that's that. Oh, I looked up all these designs, so credit to the people who made all these in the description, their channels, who I watched the videos to make this stuff. So we had a couple backhoes and a couple buckets for backhoes sitting here. So that's that stuff you would have in case you need to dig up a sewer or haul pipe or something. And so this equipment all goes for the water treatment plant as well, because I didn't design the water treatment plant to have vehicles in it. So I'm just going to put a couple tow trucks in there and just have these two, the water treatment plant and the sewage plant, be the same business. So they just do both things. So all their major equipment will be over here. This is the clean out and P-trap for the drains for the garage floor. Clean out and P-trap for the sewer. Now really the drains for the floor and the sewer would be in the same thing, but I made them separate. And those go into the burn plant as well. That's a sewer, and that's a floor drain down there. And they just spit it right into the lava. This is our big garage where we keep our large haul trucks and things like that. So we got some various supplies here, different pumps for sewage, our generator. This is where the gas comes from there over to power our generator and go into the building to feed the boilers. We got our electric line, and this is our water. So I use end rods for water, and then I use warped fungus fence. This is my water pipe that I need to run in different spaces, because this end rods, you can't turn them different directions and still connect them. So I use a fence gate adapter to connect copper end rod to fungus. You got some different stuff there. This is a rack for sewage pipe. Now this is just the base layer. This isn't the pipe itself. See how it just lays on the base? This is what the whole pipe looks like in the ground when it's done. So this is just this base layer. Then you put the trapdoors on and the cover. So that's your pipe. Same for my water and gas mains as well. These are manhole covers, and we got a couple manholes over here. You know, stuff you would see at a sewage plant. We got a couple covers for the pipe here, and then some stuff sitting over there. But now let's get into the garage, because it is the most good looking part of this build, I think. So we have that. So we come in here. There's a very large garage. Lot of stuff in here. So basically we have a tow truck here, a couple mowers for the area, the premises. These are the vac trucks I was talking about. So you would hook your hose that's on here up to your sewage, and you can store sewage inside this tank. And then I kind of looked up a video how to build the front of this truck, but there's no videos for how to build a sewer vac truck in Minecraft, because nobody's come up with that yet, so I had to get creative with that. These are complete with mud flaps, backup lights, signals, everything. This is our large haul trucks, so haul scrap or either of a job or dirt or stone or something in, especially those big sewer jobs. So we got, I watched a video and link in the description of who I watched the video for and who built this, but I did add several touches on that person didn't, like these lights I put on. How I get this glass like this is I use a structure void block, because if you don't put that there, then glass only goes that far. That's how I get my mirrors. That's one of the materials I use. I added fuel tank, door, mud flaps, extended mud flaps, backup lights, turn signals, tailgate rail. These are my garage doors. I put special openers in. This is the opener. These are the eyes that get the signal for the door to open. This is your open and close controls for each door. That's the rail the door would slide up on if it actually worked that way. But then that's the chain that pulls the... I need to put like plugs up there where that all plug in. So and that happens for each door. Some are larger to compensate for the vehicles. These are my baseboard heaters, although it's not a baseboard heater. It just radiates heat from the boiler. Hose taps, fire alarm. That's that. These are the floor drains we have. They're all tied into each other underneath the floor. That's a baseboard heater for the boiler. Some pipe, stuff like that. That's a carbon monoxide detector. That's the line powering our rooftop condenser on the roof, because I have boilers for heating in here, and air conditioning would be the rooftop condenser here. Those are all the ducts. These lights are on during the day and shut off at night with these daylight sensors. This is our fresh air roof vents for the boiler room, and that's the flue for the boilers. That's the stack vent for the bathroom and the bathroom fan. So we have that. Let's go in and look. I have a loft up here, and this is where the flue and stuff for the boilers come up. That's our electric line coming off the panel that's beneath in the room we're walking on top of. So we just got some storage up here, some things like that. That's our stack vent. Now you may be wondering how I got vertical slabs, since that's considered an illegal item. Once again, the structure void block. By placing a cobblestone wall down, you get that. When you put the hidden structure void block, you get a vertical slab of that wall. And that's my supply duct to the rooms, the boiler, or I think it's just the bathroom, from the rooftop condenser. So I didn't want like a big wide duct for that. So that's a nice little supply duct for that. And that's our bathroom fan. So we got some storage up here, some toolboxes, things, anything. Like I said, those are cameras. Some plugs there. The reason I have them upside down is that commercially plugs are often turned upside down to keep the ground prioritized over the hot or neutral, so if something would fall inside the plug and would short it out. Fire alarm that you would pull here. Comm system to talk to somebody outside the door, like let's say it's locked or something, somebody goes out to the comm and says, hey, I'm here, or whatever. You can say copy that, or and open the door or something. This is our boiler room. So I got two 250,000 BTU boilers here. This is our power coming in, off, on. That's our control board. I don't know what that is. That is our fresh air. That's our flue. That's just for aesthetics. This is our hot air pipe, hot water pipe, heating the hot water and running through the walls to the heaters, which radiate the heat off of the pipe, creating the heat. This is our gas line, comes in through there, so the gas comes in outside right here, and it goes up and in, feeds this generator, and then goes inside, runs through the wall into the boiler room. Now it doesn't actually run through the wall because you can't stick blocks inside of blocks in this game, but it's just for aesthetic. I can only do so much. This is our expansion tank for the boiler, has a water line to it. Condensate drain with drain. And that's connected into this drain. That's our outlet if we need to drain it all of a sudden. And yeah, that's that. Fire alarm in here. That's your what would sound if you pulled that, and then obviously don't crowd this wall up if you don't have to. If not at all, that's a warning against putting stuff on the wall. Panel here. Those are different lines running everywhere, and this is our boiler shut off for each boiler. And this is our transfer switch for the generator. So if we lose power, we get the generator running off of some gas, and then that'll power up the stuff that's necessary to power up. That generator is powerful enough, it probably would run both of these and all the other stuff. Okay, so you plug their baseboard heater. This is like a little sitting area that the guys have put up. Another bathroom in here. Lockers, this is where the lockers are. A couple showers, stall, urinals. This is our Sloan valve, and then that's the urinal, and that's a flush thing. Hand dryers. This is our baseboard heater. Trash can there. Nice little mirror design you can make with banners. Some more lockers. And this is inside the shower. Alright, so that's that. Stall there. That's where that supply duct comes in. So we have that. A couple ladders we're storing here. And then we just have a little washer and dryer if you know they need to wash their uniforms or whatever, because that's more economic than doing it at home. We have that. Most of these places have that. This is our dryer vent. It comes outside. That's our water line. That's our washer, and this is our dryer. We got a plug there. So that's this place. Turned out pretty good. This garage was actually going to be even bigger than this until I looked at it, and that's like way too big, so I had to scale. I don't plan out any of these builds. I just build as I go and decipher. So I'm not a very planned person with this stuff. I can't sit down and draw up a diagram because I would never adhere to it 100% or anywhere near that. So I have that. So that's this place. I really liked how it turned out. I got a lot of, it serves purpose at once. It looks cool, I think. It may be a little overkill with stuff. Like I'm probably thinking I'm nuts for making all this stuff in the game. It's not meant to do that, but that's that. This is our electric service where the power comes in. So that's our electric meter. But yeah, that's this building. Or this set of buildings. So that's the Epsberg Sewage Authority. Same business as with the Epsberg water treatment plant. So I have that. So I did change some other things as well around the world. This is where all the lines start going to the treatment plant. So this is where it gets tapped. The gas main ends here. So I'll show you what the gas main looks like. This is the gas main. Same pipe layout like I showed you before, but the sewer has the base layer and the two trapdoors. And that runs clear out to there and feeds gas to everywhere. The gas distribution center will be the next building for utilities. So the gas main ends here, I have it marked. And I tapped right off the end to feed that place. So there's pretty much not too many places you can dig in this my world without hitting a pipe of some sort. It's like that's a sewer for the water treatment plant, electric feeding the water treatment plant. This is a fire hydrants that I put in. So I have one here and one down there. And you don't need one everywhere, because even if you do run out of hose length on your fire truck, you can tap hoses off of other trucks that have water in them to gain length. So you don't need them like every so many, but you should have, I forget what the code is for that. But I did dig up this water main so I could figure out where I needed to tap my water off for the thing, but this is basically the water main from I talked about in the video. I put concrete anchors on all the fittings because the extremely high water pressure, like this is a 90-degree fitting, you see what I mean, if you don't know anything about pipe. So this is where my water main changes direction to go on a 90-degree angle that way. Now in real life there's 45-degree fittings and 22. We can't do that in this game because we can't go diagonally, only straight. So that's a 90. And they're anchored because the high water pressure would push these fittings apart. In real life, water mains are just plastic pipe. These aren't, but I just put that there because they probably would blow apart. And I have to change them every time I have to run a pipe over because we have no depth in the world. I had to extend all the world down just to fit these pipe. So I had this whole water main dug up because I had to put the anchors in and stuff. So this is a T fitting to go that way, and that way. And that's coming from my water treatment plant. The water treatment plant, I changed a couple things. I think I added an eye wash station in here. I didn't have one before, so you need to wash your eyes out. It's a little overkill with the water, but you know, we got drains. But yeah, this place is still going good. But yeah, so if you didn't watch the last video, that's the Ernze reservoir out there, and a pipe comes in feeding all the water from it to the world. I redid the water meter design with an outlet and a there's way more to a water meter in real life, but I can't really do a whole lot with that in this game. I added the gas valve up here for the hot water tank and the outlet out here. Those weren't on the original design. So that's that. But yeah, in here, I didn't really design this for vehicles. Since the sewage plant and this place are going to be under the same ownership, I'm just going to put a couple tool trucks in here because all their equipment and stuff is over at the sewage plant. So they have the equipment already there. Because I'm not going to be able to fit any of that stuff here because I didn't plan for that when I built it. We got some water line pipe racks here. And the reservoir is looking pretty good. They ever since they updated this game to 1.21 or whatever it is, my shader texture for my water has been like this. It's not as blue, but yeah. This will be expanded as the city grows. So I added that. Like I said, another fire hydrant I put down there. We're coming up on that. This is the fire hydrant here. Gets a water line from the main. That's the valve. And yeah. I changed the addresses of these houses. They usually go up by 10s, but I started at 10. I just wanted to start at 100 and go up by 10s because I didn't like the sound. Like, I live at 10 First Court. First Court's the name of this road here. First Court. It's a court ends, and you have a cul-de-sac at the end. But so I started at 100. So this, like, it sounds better when I say I live at 110 First Court or 150 First Court at the end of the cul-de-sac or whatever. It just sounds better. So I changed all that, updated those address signs. In terms of the gas main, it ends here, and the water main ends here. Now, I'm probably going to have to adjust this water main because I need it to loop back to itself. In real life, they loop back to themselves. So like this line will run out and connect right back to the line coming in. So if the water company had to shut water off, not everybody in the world would have no water. You could just shut this line off and then they would still have water coming from here if you had a water main break. And I can't run it underneath this person's house, obviously, if I continue it that way, and the sewer's now in the way. And I can't just dead end it and tap off the end, because when you stop a water line like this, all the water slams up against that end and creates dirt and stuff, and people would have problems with dirt in their water. So, but the gas main, you can do that. Or, I don't know if you can, but I'm going to do it for this game. I'll probably just end it here and feed the rest of those houses. But anyway, we're a long way from renovating these houses. I didn't put an electric line to this pump because I don't want to add an electric line running through here until I start renovating this house here. And I know where the electric line is coming in. That way I don't have to try to readjust, because I know I'm just going to have to rip it back out. Anyway, I know that's hard to understand what I'm even talking about right now. But yeah, basically we got a lot of stuff to do, but I enjoy doing it. So the sewage treatment plant is done. For the next video, I'll have all these lines filled in, and we'll have some more additions, and the gas distribution center will probably be in, and things like that. I did add a large transformer here to step up the voltage going to the building, because the last transformer's clear over there, and the voltage will probably have dropped way too much before you get to here. So this raises the voltage. So we have that. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. So please like, subscribe, as that helps out the Beta War Variety channel, and stay tuned for the next video. There is one more thing I want to show you here. I did change up the road. Originally, for all my other videos, there was a large stone tunnel running through here, and you got on a boat inside it and you rode it on ice to travel between these 2 points faster, the city and the old part of the town. I ripped that out because I wanted to add the road to the sewage plant here instead of up here where the main city road started, because as you can see, there's not a whole lot of places I can run a road out here, because you don't want to bury your main sewer line underneath a road if you don't have to. So the road would have to be right here, because we have the mayor's house in the way, and this road's already here, so really the only place you could run it would be here, but that's going to intersect that sewer line right there. I ran the road from here. So the only other option would be to run it from here, which means I had to take that stone tunnel out. Now these are horse trails for you to ride your horse in. It's one of major transportation in this game. So this is where this is. This is how you cross your horse over, because it's hard for their hooves on this asphalt stuff. It's actually concrete powder, but it looks like asphalt. Then you can ride them over that. And then you can still ride your mine cart to the city on these lines. But yeah, that's this road. This actually probably needs to be redone a lot, because as you can see how wide the road is here, then we go to 3 blocks here. So I'm thinking that sewage vac truck's probably not going to fit on the right side of the road up here. So we would be having a lot of major accidents. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. That's me showcasing the new sewage plant, and I really like the way it turned out. Stop sign here. Traffic from left does not stop. This is City Drive, and this is ironically named Poop Burn Road because they burn the crap. So yeah, probably could have came up with a better name, but that's the name. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video.